Hi, my name is Noel Davis with World Composting, and today we're going to do an update on bin 2. So this is the one that we started fresh after doing a harvest and restarted. Last time it looked like I think that the material in it really needed to be mixed up, and I think we mixed it up a little bit more. It has been close to a month since our last update, so it's really going to need food this time. And it's going to really need to be to make sure that the bedding is fresh and that we have the moisture content necessary. So let's go take a look and see how it's doing. All right, here's our bin 2. As you can see, my last update was on 10.7 and today is 11.5. So, you know, that's a long time period to go. That's almost 31 days. So, you know, if it had gone to 11.7, so it's longer than I'd like to leave it. But overall, it's a little dry in here. Actually, here's a fruit fly right there. So there might be a couple of fruit flies in here because of the dryness of it. But let's just take a look here and see how this is doing. So as you can see, the last time we fed in the center, and we're going to be feeding over to this side over here. All right, so let's take this off and take a look underneath. First off, is there anything else on this? I'm not seeing anything else on this. Last time on the other one, I saw some mites. Not seeing that on here. I am seeing some fruit flies in here. So that means that it looks like some of this vegetable matter might be coming to the surface a little bit, or fruit matter. So maybe that's part of the problem in here. So let's just take a look in here real quick and see what's going on. This looks a little bit more weighed down than I would like. And I think the last time I did this, actually, now that I think about it, this did not go over very well. I didn't realize my camera died in the middle of it. So these are these corn husks I put in. And you can see the worms are really big, and they're starting to dig into these, but they're really slow to break down. It's almost like a bedding material. We've got these nice big healthy worms that are chowing down on this, and there's actually a banana in here, it looks like, still. So maybe we don't need to feed this one. This one might have been okay, but I think it might need some bedding material. It's getting a little bit too thick. Actually, I am seeing some cocoons in here, though. So there's a cocoon there. You can see it, and there's another one right there. I thought I saw a third one, too, but I can't seem to find it now. Oh, there's another one right there. There's a third one in there. So lots of cocoons, it looks like, in here. I'm sure that this is very, very damp, and the material's really getting matted down right now. So I'm going to have to change this up a little bit. I think I'm going to have to add a little bit more food, but not too much, because of the fact that it has quite a bit still in here with this corn husk. I don't want to add a whole lot. But we're going to throw this off to the side. We're going to add the food. Let's just kind of dig in here a little bit more, make sure we get all this stuff out, and put it to this side. I think we are going to add some bedding to this, though. This is getting a little bit too compacted and muddy. And the other thing I can do, by the way, this doesn't have any smell or anything. I'm right over top of it. I'm not having any issues at all as far as like odors or anything, so it's not anaerobic. But you can see it has some nice big worms in here because it's so moist. Another cocoon dug in right there, another one right there. And actually, I thought there was a third one there too, but it doesn't look like it. But yeah, you can see there's one right in there as well. So lots of cocoons in this one. It's actually doing pretty well with that, which is probably why. I mean, here we go. We got some little worms, lots of worms in this one. I think a few more than my bin 1 actually, as far as worm counts. You can see there's a lot of big worms, or maybe it's just easier to see them because the material is so moist. They're nice and big. You can hear the material. There's another cocoon, by the way. So you can see nice big worms in there. They're really starting to work at this bedding material that's in here, as well as they've run out of some of the food that they like. So they're really starting to work at that bedding. You can tell that there's a lot less bedding in here than there was before. It's better mixed up too, which is good. But I definitely think that they're really starting to work on it. I'm just trying to find out these pieces of food. We're going to throw it off to the side. Just take another look through here. Nice and healthy worm population. Material could be definitely a little bit more crumbly, but it's not too bad. I mean, it's not like it's sticking to my gloves. I mean, like if I shake it off, most of it comes off. You know, I just can flick it off. So it's not too bad, really. I thought it felt worse at first, but it's really not too bad. But we definitely need to cover this up a little better because of the fruit flies. So what we're going to do here is we're going to dig this out just a little bit here. We are going to add a little bit more food to this, but what we're going to do we're going to add a little bit of bedding, because I do think this needs some bedding material in here because it's starting to run a little bit low. On top of that, now what we're going to do, I'm going to take off my gloves. Well, actually, let's put the food in first. Put just a couple of banana peels in here. And I'm going to find some veggies in here. Some celery and asparagus that I have in here. This is all frozen already, so it's not going to have any bugs on it. And it shouldn't lure bugs right away either. So now that that's in there, the next thing we want to do is we're going to add some of our grit. So I've got my crushed egg and crab shell, which I'm opening up right now. So we've got this stuff right here. This is my container I store all this crushed crab and eggshell in. We're going to put quite a bit. Remember, normally I'd want to wear a mask when using this, but I have this little container so it doesn't go up in the air. We put a lot of this in here right now. Really make sure that they are lured to this area and that they've got the material that they need to work with for their gizzards. So there we go. Now we're going to want some more paper on top of this to kind of cover it up a little bit. And now what we're going to do is we're going to really cover this stuff up. So this is going to soak up into that material nicely, hopefully. This is going to kind of dry out the bin a little bit with the paper. We're not adding too much moisture as we added veggies and banana peels, which don't have a lot of moisture to start with, really. So I'm going to leave this side over here empty, since this is where we're going to feed next. I'm just trying to get everything I can out of the area. All right, I think that looks good. It'll slowly seep back down as they go. I'm going to bring this back over, cover this back up, and I think that's it for this update. So some fruit flies in here. We'll see how the diatomaceous earth works in my vermi bag before I start adding it to this system to try to remove them, because that will need to happen if they become an issue in here. And this happens in bins. I mean, I've some bins that are fine and other bins that seem to have issues with them. So, you know, it's the way it works out. You can take care of them though through different means. Kill that one right there. But that is my update for this week. I hope you enjoyed. If you have questions, please leave me a comment down below and I'll do my best to answer it. And if you have any suggestions too, please leave your comments down below. I love hearing what people have to say and, you know, talking back to see to give you my opinions as well. So thank you for watching, and let me know how your worm bins are doing.